How's everyone doing today?
What's up, man? Well, Brian on the front right here. Dead ahead. Straight in the front.
All right, there we go.
Obviously, after your last fight, it feels like you've never been more in demand, especially after your post-fight interview and stuff. So I guess, how's life been since that moment? Because we've seen the interviews, we've seen the memes and the fake tweets and everything. So just how's life been since that day?
Man, I tell you, it's really been like a whirlwind. It's been nonstop. You know what I'm saying? It's really it's been a blessing. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything I've worked for really coming to fruition. You know what I'm saying? It's like I really have the chance to really really take my career to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So it's been really cool. The fans have been amazing. The the memes and the Instagram reels have been crazy. You know what I'm saying? There's a new one every other day. So it's been a lot of fun.
How soon after that did you notice it? Because obviously leading up to that, you've been on a tear in the octagon, but it took you cussing out an entire nation to kind of become this big kind of like in-demand fighter.
Well, I tell you, going into that fight, I really felt like I was teed up just with the way that they were like, on social media, like kind of like subliminally like pushing me. I felt like I was teed up to really pop off and take things to another level. But life is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And so now it's like. I mean,
Yeah.
it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It was always inevitable. I guess that's that's one of the things. It's like I always felt like I would get to where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? It was just a matter of when, not if. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And in terms of the actual, your fighting career, like physically, how are you feeling? Because I think it's your second fight in 70 days, and you don't really get that quick of a turnaround going from that to another big pay-per-view.
I mean, not in the UFC, but I mean, you got to remember how I got into the UFC. I was in the Ultimate Fighter house. You know what I'm saying? I had to fight 2 times in like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, for sure. Like, it's a quicker turnaround since I've been in the UFC. But before I got into the UFC, I try to fight 4 times a year. That's always been my kind of prerogative. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, it definitely it is funny because it was kind of like I was like, damn, that's kind of a fast turnaround, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I feel amazing. I feel incredibly sharp. You know what I'm saying? Like physically off the rip. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely some aches and pains from the previous fight, but it's like everything's come together at the right time perfectly.
You had said you want to go to London, you want to go to Brazil, but now you're getting Randy Brown in Las Vegas. So I guess what do you make of Randy as an opponent?
Randy's a great opponent. Definitely the best name that I've had up to this point. You know what I'm saying? He brings a lot of great things to the table. You know what I'm saying? Athletic dude, fast, has an unorthodox style. And he brings a lot of experience to the cage. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the edge. The biggest edge he has on me is experience and the people that he's gone against inside the cage. With all that being said, I mean, he's just another obstacle that I gotta get by. You know what I'm saying? He's just like another mountain I gotta climb. And so it's like one way or another, I'm getting him out of there. Period.
And another thing, like outside of your post-fight interview that kind of went viral, is like your coach constantly slapping you. And then we've seen like podcasters ask you to. Do fans come up and they're like, "Can you slap me too?"
No. I'm waiting for it though. I can't wait to smack the shit out of a fan. You know what I'm saying? That'd be funny as hell. You know what I mean? Especially like I'm saying, if they ask for it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like not in like a mean way, but if someone's like, "Oh, hey, can you slap me up?" Like, get person, I'm be like, "Of course."
And then just last one for me. Can I get your thoughts on the co-main event? It's in your weight class between Shavkat and Ian Gary.
Nah, that's a great fight. It's a great fight. 2 great fighters. It obviously it's not the title fight that it was. You know what I mean? But it just for me like it just makes me like excited for not only this week but next week as a welterweight. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of great welterweight fights on this card You know what I'm saying? Next week you got Colby versus Joaquin. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna figure out a lot of things about the division as a whole in these next 2 weeks. And so the co-main event, Shavkat versus Ian, we're gonna figure out some things. I'm curious to see how that's gonna work out stylistically. We're gonna answer some questions on Saturday night.
Hey, Bryan.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I just have one for you. Fans always make a big fuss about the order of a card, where fights are on cards. Does it really matter to you guys, outside of maybe co-main and main, does it really matter where on the card you guys are?
I think so. For me, like with this one being a pay-per-view, like it would be kind of cool to say I was on the main card, just because I've never been on the main card of a pay-per-view before. But I've always said unless you're the main, I even say this for like regional cards. Unless you're like the main event on a UFC card, like let me be the first fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather go in, bang it out, and then leave. You know what I mean? I'll say the other thing is, you want to be there when people are there, but me personally, no. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The pay is gonna be the same. You know what I mean? People are gonna see it regardless. And that's just one of those things that are outside of your control. So I think, me personally, I think it doesn't benefit you stressing out over things outside of your control.
Thank you.
Hey, Bryan, right here. Bryan, you already got the hair ready for fight night. I want to know, are there other like rituals or parts of your fight week routine that are really important to you in terms of feeling locked in, feeling ready for that fight outside of just the gym time?
Well, at this stage, like it's like isolation. Like I isolate a lot. You know what I'm saying? I start to like kind of like push myself away from people. Just because of where I have to be at mentally. You know what I'm saying? Where I got to be here. There can't be any distractions. You know what I mean? So. Like I just say, like I get progressively more and more isolated as the fight comes up. But now besides that, no, I got my hair cut. I got my dyed hair. You know what I'm saying? I got my drip on. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying? You feel good. You fight good. You know what I'm saying? You fight good. You get paid good. You feel me? So that's all I'm trying to do.
Thank you.
Hey, Bryan, you recently got that Samurai Pooh Bear right here, Bryan. You recently got that Samurai Pooh Bear tattoo. Is that supposed to be a representation of your transition from Pooh Bear to the Butcher, or is there a deeper meaning behind that tattoo?
No, more or less. Basically, I mean, the way it started, like, I've got all my tattoos done by one person, and he just like thought it was like a cool T-shirt design. He was just sending me pictures. There's a couple other ones, like one where like Pooh Bear actually had like some like butcher knives, but. That Samurai Pooh Bear, like I mean, you see you got the dragon on the arms, you know what I'm saying? I got the lotus flowers on my other arm, I'm a big Eastern culture guy. I'm a big samurai head, so I saw the Samurai Pooh Bear. And I was like, that's perfect. You know what I'm saying? I need that on me. You feel me? So, yeah, no, it's definitely that's basically it. It's just kind of like symbolic of like that transition. You know what I'm saying? Like Pooh Bear is no longer Pooh Bear. You know what I'm saying? Like. Might look something similar, but it's a different thing altogether.
Yeah, Pooh Bear turned into a killer now.
Yeah.
Bryan, you've represented Team Volk perfectly since winning the Ultimate Fighter. I know you learned a lot with your time with the champ. Do you both keep in touch, and would you ever consider having him in your corner?
So I'm just a terrible communicator, period. Like I was literally just telling someone like that I was talking about someone else who I was on Team Volk with, but I'm a horrible communicator. You know what I'm saying? So if I send Volk messages, like he's always like really good about like responding. Like he's always been Volk is the man. You know what I'm saying? I say it one time, I'll say it a million times. Volk is really the man. He's always been like super there for us, and always like willing to take time out of his day to like bless us with some knowledge or whatever. As far as being in my corner, like I got my people set. We got like a routine, you know what I'm saying? Those are also my dogs, you know what I'm saying? Everyone in my corner, Sensei Tom, that's my day one coach. Shamik Harvey, he's been to every UFC fight. You know what I'm saying? Even before he was in my corner smacking me up, you know what I'm saying? He was coming to every fight. You know what I'm saying? John, you know, he's been at the gym since I started. He's been a training partner for a long time. So everyone in my corner, like we got everyone has like a specific purpose in being there, and it's unfortunate. There's just not enough space. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. We need to open it up. I'd love to have Volk in my corner. Damn it, Volk, we need to get the rules changed so you can be in my corner. You feel me?
Fair enough. And if you were ever an Ultimate Fighter coach, who would you like it to be against?
Oh, that's a good one. If I was an Ultimate Fighter coach, I think Buckley would be a fun person to coach against. You know what I'm saying? I think we'd make that season very a very memorable season. You know what I'm saying? I think we could be up there with Rampage Rashad. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. We'll get that figured out. You know what I'm saying? They need two new coaches for the season coming up. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we'll get that squared away. All right. Thank you guys.